Hello, welcome to the first race of the Aflac All-Pro Tour. Race 1 at the Livonia Raceway, the Zaxby's 100. The AAA Pole Award goes to Jimmy Barley in car number 94 for the Menierin Racing Team. 2 is outside is Greg Nee in the 100. David Hugar in 3rd, Ike Durbin in 4th, and Emma Trout in P5 for the Leggy Motorsports Team. As the 94 would get out to an early lead over Hugar, the 15 would take over 3rd from Nee as Nee began to drop back as he was kind of freight trained on the outside. As here is the 94's teammate Darren Mannarin making his return to AARO competition for the first time since about 2009. Started up his own team, got AC Delco sponsorship, and here he is running a 2-car operation. Him and Truck Series driver Jimmy Barley driving those 2 cars. David Hugar would take the lead early on from the 94, as we have a yellow flag already. Ike Durbin to 2nd and Jeffrey Johnson in 3rd for Aaron Fisher. As 4 wide does not work out at turn number 2, Ryan Barley, Jimmy's brother, hooks Ryan Anderson hard in the inside wall. Anderson would spin back up the track, and he would keep going as there would be, as you can see the smoke, more problems up ahead. As there's Jeff Gender in the 98 on the inside. Barley would come back up the track into Darcy, I believe that's Darcy Lusk in the 52. Yes, it is. There comes the 13. No idea that he was going to be there. Tony Short hard in the wall. Walter Green. And there's Ginger in the 98 also getting another hit. Here's from Tony Short's view. Into the wall. Back down into David Hugar. Gave Hugar some damage as well. Ginger getting into it. Nowhere for him to go. As that would be the first yellow flag. Everybody would pit under this caution, except for Greg Nee. There you saw the white car up on the outside of the track. He would be the only one under this yellow flag to stay out. Everybody else came in. David Hugar, who came out in 2nd, well, would have been leading if the 100 had pit. He's going to blow up coming to the green flag under yellow conditions. Yeah, Hugar has to be just confused right now because he was probably going to take the lead. Nee wasn't going to pit, but he probably could have gotten around the 100, but that's the end of his race. And, well, Nee is going to lead to the restart, and Jimmy Barley is going to be in 2nd place instead. Tough break for the number 6 crew, and the Truck Series driver Hugar out of the race early. As Nee leads, Barley 2nd, and I believe that is Scott O'Brien in 3rd place. Maybe that was Logan Alvarez. The cars are identical anyway. As the 94 of Jimmy Barley to the bottom, showing some strength here for new series, new team, and he's doing pretty well. And a new position on the scoreboard, P1, as he goes by Greg Nee in the 100, the Internet Explorer Dodge. As the 49 of Scott O'Brien was, in fact, in 3rd place, and he has caught this battle as Nee goes by the 94. Here he goes underneath the 100 out of turn number 4. Nee leads the lap, as there is Ty Smith in the 50. Called him Tyler Smith, but he can be called whatever he wants. Whatever. As Smith, after the 49 pushed up the track trying to go around the 100, the 50's going to take advantage, and he, well, never mind. He was underneath the 49 coming out of 2, but it looks like O'Brien got a nice run out of the corner. As here is Darren Mannarin. He was running at the back, and we were talking about Barley, his teammate, and looks like he's caught up to him. As Emma Trout in the 15 would make a move to the bottom of the 93 for the 2nd position, bringing the 100 of Greg Nee with him. Excuse that. As the 50 of Tyler Smith would also be back there waiting for an opportunity. Here's Earl McRae. He made a couple of AERS one-offs, I believe, last season, or 2011-2012, as there's Ryan Anderson dropping through the field, being split up the middle. Ross Kirkton there on the inside, the 84. But McRae has made a few starts previously, hasn't exactly done the best, and he's just trying to redeem himself in the Cash Lipinski 96. As the 2nd caution would be Logan Alvarez getting into the back of Todd Short, getting into Jeffrey Johnson. All 3 would go into the wall. Alvarez took a rather hard shunt from the 48, spinning back into him. All 3, I think, would keep going. But let's take another angle from Short's view. The 4 just hooks him 21 gets sideways, and all three just go hard into the wall. Looks like the 21 took the least amount of damage in this. Alvarez took the worst hit. That would be the second caution. Under this yellow flag period, Scott O'Brien would lead the field down into the pits. And everybody would pit. There's a lap car, though, staying out. But that's a lap car. No real significance there. There goes everyone. The 49, however, would sustain. Well, he would come out of the pits first, but he would have to pit due to a loose lug nut on the 49. Tough break for Scott O'Brien. He would come down, have that adjusted. And, well, the leader under pit stops once again does not restart as the leader. As Ashton Short making his series debut for the Short Racing Corporation. Tony and Todd are his teammates and brothers. He would lead to the restart. Ross Kirkton is in second. And I believe that's Earl McRae in third. Yes, it is. Cash Lipinski, number 96, as Darcy Lusk is a lap down. He's already been in a couple wrecks today. As Greg Nee hooks the 93 of Minierin to the inside. Minierin wasn't too happy. Tried to get back at the 100 and missed. So, tempers flaring for sure. As, the 45 riding the outside wall. Wall glue, I guess. So, Durbin was running very high in the standings, but he's going to drop way down. There he goes. 3 wide for a brief moment. There's Brad Curtis in the 32, defending series champion. Surprisingly, wasn't moved up to AERS. 3 wide between him, Durbin, and Lattinger, but Durbin would drop back. He was running pretty well, just kind of blew turn 2, I guess. As Ross Kirkton would go to the lead, as Ryan Anderson gets in the way of Short just a little bit. And there is Casey Anderson going for second place on Short in the 83. Not sure what happened to the numbers on that car. But Kirkton still out in front. Didn't really do a whole lot last season, and here he is getting some limelight. As Ashton Short would once again go to the bottom of Kirkton for the lead. There is David Pillar in the 31. Got caught up in that one wreck. I didn't think it would throw him off that much. Holds up the 65 just a bit. There's Sarah Woods in the 18. Oh, 31 got in the way! And huge wreck. Yeah, a red flag would be deployed for this, and you'll see why in a minute, as this was not the only incident that happened. We're going to show it to you again. The 31 just comes right up into Kirkton. Kirkton goes down into Sarah Woods, and all hell breaks loose, as there's the 94 getting clipped by the 65 of Ashton Short. There he goes spinning up the track. Looking from Jimmy Barley, there's the incident up ahead. Megan Woods in the 18 and sent him to the pit lane. There's the 94 spinning up into the outside wall. And he would get it back going. Ryan Barley hits him, his brother, and Scott O'Brien in the 49 also gets a piece. Maybe the 77 to Keith Jesse did as well. Looking at the 27 of... Ryan Anderson hard into the pit wall. 27 got knocked around. Scott Greer, I believe. He kept it going, though. There's Anderson. Oh, knee piled into Hugar. Not sure what happened to Hugar. And there's the 48 of Todd Short. Well, this is getting a bit ridiculous. The 31 gets dumped into the wall. See what happened. Oh! Big hit into the wall. There's the 14. Got hit by Greg Nee. But Nee would keep going. He tried to get to the bottom of the racetrack. What are you doing, Casey Anderson? I don't think your windshield was obscured in any way. What was that? There's no need for that, guys. Just use your head, use your eyes, and your left foot for the brake. That's all you need to do. As I believe the 96 of Earl McRae would lead to the restart. Darcy Lusk is lapped down. Lusk's teammate, Clyde Lattinger, would be on the inside. He was second, but he would use his teammate as a pick to get around the 96 and take the lead, as there is the 49 of Scott O'Brien on the very bottom. He brought Kyle Corbett along with him in the 00. Corbett would challenge the 51 of Lattinger for the lead, and he would take it through 3 and 4. the looks of it, unless Lattinger gets a run on the outside. Nope. AAPT doing very well so far, aside from a couple of drivers maybe getting into incidents. Jeff Gender obviously got into that one wreck earlier on, and I think Alicia Abbott got a piece of that huge incident that really didn't need to happen. Speaking of Alicia Abbott, she got into the back of Ross Kirkton and turned her in front of traffic. And ooh, there's the 50 of Ty Smith getting shoved into the wall by Darren Mannarin. No, the 77 might have held up the 84, though. Scott Greer in it. There's the 52 of Lusk. Ty Smith made it through, and I think he actually got hit by that blue car. Walter Green on the inside, the 22 Conway freight guy. As on the restart, no pit stops this time. Kyle Corbett would lead. Jeffrey Johnson on the very bottom in the 21 would hold up Earl McRae just a little bit. Lattinger's on the outside of McRae trying to go for second. But Corbett would get out to a fair-sized lead for a while. But Keith Jesse in the 77, the very vivid 77, the red and blue silver-green racing entry. Not sure what the painting idea was there. Clyde Lattinger is still in second, but Earl McRae would challenge him for the spot. As here we see Clyde Lattinger going under Sarah Woods. I've been tempted to call her Megan. I don't know why. In the 18, as Sebastian Morris would go underneath the 51, who was held up by the 94 of Jimmy Barley. And Barley has really dropped back ever since being collected in that accident. As Sebastian Morris to the lead. Morris formerly ran in the AERS for, I believe, a season. Didn't do so well and was relegated back. So definitely making some headway here in the Aflac All-Pro Tour. As Keith Jesse would go by the 101 for the lead. Clyde Lattinger sits in second once again. Lattinger's been very strong so far in the JN development camp, as he's been the only one who really hasn't gotten into an incident today, as Ty Smith and Darcy Lusk have both been in several incidents so far. Well, Smith only one. But here comes the 96 of Earl McRae. Oh, almost got into the back of the 51 and turned him, but Lattinger leads the lap, as the top four would battle for themselves, as Kyle Corbett and others are going to catch up behind them. But here comes Earl McRae in the 96, the Cash Lipinski, the Subway, I want to say Toyota 96. As here comes Sebastian Morris to the bottom in the Anderson Holmes Chevrolet to the bottom, making as they're three wide for third in the back. Corbett, Jesse, and Lattinger, as Curtis is going to make a move for fifth. Morris hangs on to the lead, but Corbett is still applying pressure in the AAPT, the GoPro God, with Keith Jesse behind him. Some very intense racing going on up at the front of the field. Corbett would eventually take the lead from Morris, bringing Jesse and Curtis behind him, or in tow. Jesse in the 77 going underneath Corbett for the lead. And here's Emma Trout in the 15, right in the back in third there, that white, black, and green Chevrolet, the 15, as we see her in the GoDaddy colors going to the bottom of the 77 to take the top spot as we advance into the closing stages of the race. Lattinger and Jesse would duke it out for the lead, with the 96 of McRae and the 101 of Morris back behind him. Oh, Morris and McRae got together out of turn two, but they kept it going, as this would open up, this would cause Lattinger to open up a pretty sizable lead, but Morris would quickly catch up, as Jesse would be behind them in third, waiting for either one of them to make a mistake or just to take a position, just for the hell of it. But Morris would eventually go underneath Lattinger for the lead, closing in on 5 laps to go, as Morris trying to hang on to the 77. Oh, careful, almost turned him right there. Very close racing there, as we are going to come up on some lap traffic. As the 77 Keith Jesse to the bottom, he's got his teammate Curtis behind him. As the silver-green racing duo, can they possibly put out a 1-2 finish here in the first Aflac All-Pro Tour Series event? As white flag, Keith Jesse to the lead, Brad Curtis behind him, as the 18 of Megan Woods holds up the 101 and the 51. They're going to drop out of the equation. The 94 holds up the 77, but Jesse's the first one to go to the bottom. Curtis is going to get interrupted by McRae, who's going to take second. But Keith Jesse out of turn 4 for Silver Green Racing is going to win the Zaxby's 100 at Livonia. Full results and points can be found at the AWN Motorsports Forum.